Hey everybody, week 7. We've got like a week and a half to go, and that's it. So right off the bat, first thing you need to do this week, you've got a couple lectures you need to watch. Chapter 11 is on genetics. It's not the shortest one, but it's by far my favorite. It's really interesting because we get to look at things like if you know your genes and like your significant other's genes, you can even make predictions about what traits your kids might have. If you've ever done Punnett squares and things like that, I know they might not be the most exciting, but when you understand how they work, it's a really cool tool to see how traits can be passed like from your parents to you and then from you to your kids. So I think it's more interesting than some of the stuff we've talked about in here. Chapter 12 says the molecular biology of the gene, and I know that sounds terrible, but it's really just talking about DNA. A lot of this stuff we talked about earlier in the semester, especially in like chapter 3 when we talked about nucleic acids. So some of that you'll have heard already, and then we're just going to add some more details to it. So the reason you need to do this one right off the bat is our test is on Friday. More about that in a second. But you don't want to push the lecture videos off until like Thursday, because that's only going to give you a day to make sure you understand this. Right? So as soon as you can, watch both of these chapters, take your notes, send me any questions you have so I can help you out with it so you'll have time to study and understand it before the test. All right? You got a review quiz, and it's on Sunday. I know that's kind of weird, but because the test is on Friday. But I'm giving you till Sunday just because that's been the due date for all of your other review quizzes, so I didn't want to throw you off with a different day of the week that's due. All right, test is Friday, July 24th. It's going to be open all day from midnight until 11:59. This one is 75 questions. You'll have 75 minutes. Again, most of y'all are knocking these out in less than 25 minutes or so. So just make sure you set aside some time to do that. Make sure before Friday that you're studying this, that you're looking over it, that you've got plenty of time to let me know if you have any questions. And pay attention to the environment video. You know not to cheat at this point, but it's an issue I'm still having and having to deal with. So again, just quick reminder, make sure everything is put away before you start the test. You should be at a clean desk or a clean table. Show the environment around you, and then after you're done with that environment video, you can't add anything to your environment. It keeps recording you, so don't think, well, I did this, so now I can start pulling notes and phones out and everything. So just make sure you pay attention to those. You know how this works at this point. Just follow the instructions. Other than that, you've got another discussion board on genetics. So this one's kind of interesting. Some of the articles are a little bit older now, but it still has something to do with what we've talked about with genetics, and deals with DNA. It deals with traits that are passed on from one generation to the next. So this discussion board is going to be like the other ones, where you're going to leave one post about something you found interesting or a summary. And then you're also going to have to reply to another student. I know we didn't have to do that last time, but you need to leave a post and then you have to reply to another student. And that's due on Sunday. Finally, last assignment is Lab 6. We're almost done with these. One more after Lab 6, and that's it. This one's on mitosis and meiosis. So there's a couple different parts of this. There's going to be microscope slides where you have to identify the different stages. The big thing in this one is you've got some modeling clay that's in your lab kit, and it gives you instructions on how to do this, but you're going to make a model of the cell, and you're going to have to show all of the different stages. Using that modeling clay is going to be your chromosomes. So you're going to show what interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, all that looks like in meiosis. And then for mitosis. And then for meiosis, you're going to do interphase, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, all the way through. You're going to show those different stages. It's due Sunday. I know that most of you are waiting till the weekend to do the labs, and I don't blame you. That's fine. But if you do have enough time this week, it might actually be a good idea to try to do this lab before Friday. If not, I understand. That's why you've got until Sunday. But if you could do it before Friday, that's actually a really good review to make sure that you understand those stages, and that could help you out on the test too. Look at the materials you need. Shouldn't be anything big this time. You'll need a paper clip. You're going to make little balls of the modeling clay and stick them together on that paper clip. Scissors, paper, tape, and camera. Your phone. You can use your webcam that you've been using for the exams. Anything like that. Just a reminder, it's going to ask you to have a piece of paper with your name and the date on there. So make sure that you do that. You got to do that to get full credit for the lab. So just make sure that's included on all your pictures. Excuse me. So that's it for this week. Just a quick reminder of a couple more important dates that are coming up next week. So number one, remember at the beginning of the semester, we went through the makeup policy. And if you have missed one exam, you can take a makeup to take the place of the 0 that you have for that exam. All right. So I sent everyone a message once you've missed an exam. Hopefully you know that. If not, if you're not sure, that's something you probably should be sure about, but you can check Blackboard, check the grade book, my grade section. Make sure you don't have any zeros for a test. Hopefully you realize if you do. But you can take the makeup exam, and that's going to be on next Wednesday, July 29th. It's comprehensive. It's going to cover the first 4 exams worth of material, so it's a lot. But if you'll prepare for it and if you'll study, grades are always about the same on the makeup as they are on the regular test. It's like very rarely anybody's lowest grade. So it's more to prepare for, but it's not necessarily any harder than the other test. So just be aware that that's going to be available all day Wednesday, just like our regular test. You're going to use Respondus Lockdown Browser. Because it's a makeup, I had to set it as worth 0 points in Blackboard. So when you take the test, no matter what your actual grade is, it's going to say you made a 0. Don't panic. What I'll do is I'll go through, I'll have to count out the number of questions that you got right, calculate your grade, and then I'll enter that grade later. But don't message me panicking because it says you got a 0. I'm sure you didn't. Hopefully you got at least some right. When you take the test, I'll have to go back, figure out what your grade is, and then I'll post it, and that'll take the place of the 0 that you have right now. All right. And then lastly, next Wednesday is also the last day to withdraw from summer classes. So I said this last week in the video, check your grade if you're not sure. Go to the My Grades section. I'm working on the last lab grades right now, but those should be posted today or tomorrow. I'm recording this on Monday. So, middle of the week, your grade should be up to date. When you take that test on Friday, that'll update your grade a little bit more too. But if you're really struggling, like let's say if you're failing number 1, if you are failing right now, send me a message. Figure out what you have to make from here on out to finish with a passing grade. Or if you know you're going to take this class and you're going to transfer somewhere else, like a lot of universities require you to have a C or higher in order for them to accept that as a grade that's going to transfer in. So if you're not there right now, let's say you got a D and you know you have to have a C for this class to count somewhere else, send me a message. Ask me what's it going to take to bring my grade up to a C. I can do some quick math real quick and I'll let you know what you need to score from here on out to get whatever letter grade you're shooting for. All right. So that's it. I think that's got it this week. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said last time, buckle down. I know it's so close for the semester being over, and it's easy just to kind of coast it in. But make sure that you are finishing strong. Hey, we got baseball this week. Professional baseball starts. If anyone's excited about that, maybe it's just me. But just live sports in any form right now are gonna make it easier on me. All right, so good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.